Louisiana Beer Reviews, live from Texas,
Hey,
2011, episode 4. Today we're going to do St. Bernardus Abt 12, Belgian Abbey Ale. 10% alcohol. This ale has sugar and yeast added to the bottle, so it's bottle conditioned. It's a very highly rated beer. It gets a 98 out of 100 on Beer Advocate. The Bros gave it 100 out of 100. It gets 100 on Rate Beer, a 99 out of 100 on the Style, and it gets a world-class rating on the Beer and Mead. So it's one of the most highly rated beers in the world. According to the website, they've been calling it Abt 12 since 1992. Had some other name before that.
It's your classic Abbey Ale, the dual style.
Mm-hmm. Brewed and bottled by Brewery St. Bernardus, Brewed, Belgium. And it's imported by D&V International, Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Don't know much about that. Okay, best before 2016, so I think we're okay.
Yeah, should
All right.
be good.
Well, I've never had this before. I'm excited. You've had it before, and you thought it was fairly good?
It's one of my favorite, probably my favorite beer of all time.
Well, that's a good thing.
It grows on you too. When you first taste it, keep going at it because it gets better and better as you drink it.
Okay, so it's found.
It's also a little better when it's a little less cold, I find.
A little less cold?
Mm-hmm.
It says, founded in 1946 in Brewed province of West Flanders, Belgium. Locally grown hops, finest malt, artesian water pumped from a depth of 500 feet. It says, and will satisfy the taste of even the most discriminating connoisseurs.
And the story is that this brewery used to make the Wesleterian, and when Wesleterian opened their own brewery, these guys started making this, which is kind of the same recipe as a Wesleterian.
Oh. Who wants to open it?
I do.
Oh, look at all that smoke.
You look at it, you do your
Fancy.
expertness.
I'm not an expert.
He's the expert, I'm just kind of the amateur here.
I'm not an expert. I'm like the beer king. I'm just a beer taster. Like he says, some people are beer reviewers. I'm just a beer taster. I'm more like that, a beer taster. And I'll tell you what I think.
Look how good that looks. It's like caramel.
Okay. Well,
I should dip an apple in there.
apple. It has a
Like for caramel.
pretty thick root beer type beige head, wouldn't you say? Kind of a root beer fizzy head.
Yeah.
And the appearance is cloudy, to say the least. And I don't know if the lighting here is that good, but it's dense, brown, a brown, hazy head. And I can see a lot of bubbles streaming up. Probably can't see that on the video. So it's very fizzy, very soft drink like. Let's give it a smell.
All the smells.
Okay, let's see what this is all about. I pick up some fruit, like
First thing I smell.
like apricot.
I think plum or something. I
Plum.
don't know.
Oh yeah, like a plum, like a.
I don't know.
plum.
I mean, it's hard to tell.
Well, some kind of fruit, acid from the fruit, you know.
A little yeasty.
Maybe some bread, some what you call it? Fruit cake.
Yeah.
You like fruit cake?
Uh-huh. Like fruit that's been left out on the rack a little too long.
Overly ripe.
Yeah.
I'm not picking that up so much. All right, let's.
It smells so good though.
And a little bit of root beer. Like frost top root beer. All right, let's go with the taste.
Yeah, definitely.
The head is fizzing away.
Cheers. It's around
Cheers.
Christmas time, so here's to Christmas.
Yeah, it's almost Christmas. Well, you can really pick up that alcohol. It's got a sherry, cream sherry taste. Or maybe brandy.
I don't know, it's like a...
Brandy wine.
It's so complex, I never can describe it.
Brandy wine. Some apples, orange peel maybe. You know that
Taste the bitterness a little bit, and then the
orange marmalade.
like kind of bready taste.
Orange marmalade. Yeah, bready, but I say more like fruit cake.
To me, it's very smooth, though. Extremely smooth.
Smooth. Let's see about the...
Creamy. It's creamy. I don't know how to describe it, but...
Yeah, it's creamy. It's got some hoppiness at the end, but it's mostly malt, and it's like German chocolate cake type.
It's got a lot of stuff going on in it.
German chocolate cake type thing. But I would say mostly fruitcake. Like if you put a blindfold on me and you said, "What does this taste like?" I would say fruitcake or monkey bread. Monkey bread.
Well, that's bananas, but
Banana bread. Yeah.
I don't know. I like it. I just
Because you know, with monkey bread, you can really pick up on that yeast and that malt. Sometimes you'll get a clump of it, you know.
It's a fun beer to drink when you're like celebrating something because you pop the cork like a champagne bottle.
Yeah.
And it's really good, and you just feel like you're drinking something that's special to me.
The body is thick, pretty thick,
Yeah.
syrupy. The finish is dry.
A little dry.
A little dry.
I would say it's dry.
Not real dry.
Not overly dry, but
It's not dry like Bush beer,
right.
but it's dry on the dry. It's dry-ish.
That pale ale I've been drinking, it seems like it's really dry. Like you just want to keep drinking it.
Well, if you burp this, okay. The pale ale. It's dry.
Yeah. That's Sierra Nevada.
Should we save some of this for the
You
matron?
can say a little bit.
The matron. Okay. The head is not so much creamy, but to me it's more like root beer.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear it fizzing.
I love the smell. It's just got a great smell to it.
I smell raisins.
See, the funny thing is I don't really like these kind of beers very much, but after I had this, I love it.
Yeah, I mostly like all kind of beers myself. So light beer is a little dull, and wheat beer is a little too banana-y and white bready. I like everything more or less. Okay, which probably is maybe not a good thing. Maybe I'm not critical enough. I don't know. All right, it's brown. You know, it's
Reminds me of caramel. That's what I think of when I see
yeah, it looks like caramel. Yeah, it looks like caramel. All right, one last taste and then we'll give it a rating.
All right. I'll keep tasting it. Not a problem.
Really fruity and bready at the same time, which is why I say fruitcake. I'm gonna give it an A+. I think it's most excellent.
My favorite beer I've ever had.
I would say it's world class. I wouldn't say it's my favorite beer. People always ask me what's your favorite beer. I have a hard time saying what my favorite beer is. I can tell you one.
It's like when people ask me my favorite movie, it's like, is it The Godfather or The Godfather Part 2?
Or Goodfellas.
Or Goodfellas. It's hard to say.
Or
Shawshank Redemption.
Godzilla versus Mothra. All right.
Groundhog Day, another great one, but we can get into that later.
Laissez les bon temps rouler. This is a world class beer. You should try it.
Come out and see the Sam Houston State Bearcats, who are in the Division FCS finals.
Division I FCS National Championship game Saturday.
Right up here, just about 30 miles north of my hometown.
And we're going to end this review by saying, also, y'all come on down to New Orleans and see the LSU football game. Go to the LSU.
The game of the century, part 2.
Go Tigers. Beat Alabama.
Beat Alabama.
Goodbye.